Looks like this is a tourist hotspot. So it's about 15-minute drive from the main campsite. And so this is what we have on one side of the road. And on the other side of the road we have a nice giant ship thingy. Yeah, it's quite big, looks quite good. Yeah, this is, we're going to walk in. There's the ship thingy. The ship thingy entrance fee is here. I'll take a snapshot of this once the crowd walks past. And there we go. So it looks like it's open daily 9 to 5. This is about 15 minutes from the main campsite. Right. This is the gate. And yeah, there's a giant ship thingy. It might be interesting for the younger boys to see. So we are behind the shopping center. Apparently there's some museums around. That might be a possible activity for the boys. Here we are at the back behind the shopping center, and there's a view of some radio tower, and as you can see there's some historical site right up there at the top of the hill. Fort something. Okay, so first we saw the ship, and this is behind the fort area thingy. Walked in, now there's a giant train, looks like a tourist thingy. And next to the train for Alex we have a plane. Again, looks very interesting. It's a static display of a train, of a plane. And next to it we have some kind of bombard land vehicle. Looks like a fire engine probably. And this looks like a tourist spot. Again, it's right next to one of the museums. These are the museums in front of us. As you can see, that in front, you can't see the sign, but there is the UMNO Museum in Malacca, and all these are historical buildings. So yeah, we are somewhere behind the town square. Again, this is all about 15 minutes from the campsite. So next to the plane thingy, which is on our left, plane thingy is on our left, there's this playground here. You can see playground's got normal things. And there's Varun again. This is a pedestrian only pathway, so there's no vehicles on this road. In front of all the historical buildings and the museum. So again, this is a pedestrian pathway. I guess it's quite safe for the boys to run around here if you want to play games like simple checkpoint games or whatever it is. So walking past more museums now, and we're following that this pedestrian pathway, hopefully coming up the entrance of the fort at the back. As you can see, there's nice giant trees and a lot of tourists around. Probably have more tourists in June. And this is the Malay and Islamic World Museum, one of the last museums right at the corner. And we're coming up to the entrance of the fort area thingy, which is on our left. And there's some funny building in the front. Again, a lot of tourists. And the construction, next to the construction site seems to be a big shopping center with theatres and a carrefour. So we're in the fort area now. So all these buildings are apparently a few hundred years old. Probably just an interesting place to see. Looks like we might have some steps that we can organize our boys right there. Next to this Baden power place. In front of the construction site. And fort walls on our left, we'll probably walk in. Crossing the walls here, blah blah. So again, here's a lot of historical architecture that we can, the boys can see here if they've never been to Malacca before, and some historical vehicles right there behind this guy. You see some cheap little tanks, and this guy likes to be in my camera for some stupid reason. And the fort goes on up the hill behind this building, so we might walk up. I don't know. See how. But it looks like an interesting place for the boys to see. this building here that we just stood under, built in 1670, and right behind is the staircase leading up to the fort. As you can see, there's a lot of tourists, and leading up to the fort itself. So again, combined with the ship and the market and the museums and the plane and the thingy, this might be a good place to have a checkpoint game for the whole group on one of the days of the camp.
Naval access to Spiro.
Yeah. We're halfway up to the fort at the top. As you can see, it's got a good view of the area. At least in one of the directions. Do you know what direction we look at?
Yes. Should be south, right?
Yeah, probably looking south. And so the shopping center building is there. The ships and the plane is behind the trees this side. So we're at the top now with the fort building right here, and that's the staircase that we came up from. As you can see, these are the museums here, and somewhere in this direction is the giant ship. The giant ship is behind these trees here, or something. Museums are here. Again, it's a good view. Looks like a decent place to have good activities. Little salesmen at the top, and a lot of historical significance in this area, I guess. Again, a lot of historical significance. So this is at the center of the fort on the inside, and I'll just move up. As you can see, big giant archway and a lot of slabs surrounding the place with Latin text, or at least this was written in 1659, and possible to use this information even if you don't understand it as activities or games. Again, there's no roof to this building other than yeah, and again there are a lot of tourists here, and all these seem to mark gravestones of significant people in this area, I guess. We have a building here similarly designed to Fort Canning on top of the hill, probably by the same people. This is I don't know what place this is, and it's got a carve from the 60s, I'm guessing. And we're on the other side of the building now, so this is what this looks like. Nothing really significant on the outside, but again, might be interesting for the boys to see. Yep, so from where we are standing, the ship is there, nearer to the sea, nearer to the coast. And I guess next to the ship is where we parked, and right there next to the ship is that shopping center that we talked about, which is next to this giant tall radio tower. As you can see, this white shot with the radio tower on the left, right here, and the ship is right there where we were just now. Again, this whole area is about 15 minutes away from the campsite. So this is looks like a town square or something. A lot of souvenir touristy shops here. This red buildings, next to the red buildings is next to the Christ Church in Malacca, built in 1753. Blah blah blah. We drove past just now, but yeah, we won't see that. So it's a lot of rickshaw holders and a lot of small shop holders. Okay. One part of the town center looks like this. A lot of traffic, very dangerous. Women almost getting run down. I don't think we want the boys to come this area, but it might be good for the adults who are not involved during the camp itself to come here to recreate, walk around. This Varun standing here next to this fountain that has insurance, etc. But we are standing in the middle of the road and it's a lot of traffic. Okay, we found a spot just off the main town talking about the Fort of Malacca. So this is a signboard talking about the Fort of Malacca, how it was built in the 1500s, And it's a bit noisy because there's a bus behind me, but as you can see, there's a little bit left of the building. Apparently the rest was destroyed. Again, this is all just part of the historical significance that the boys can engage in during the camp. So we are here at the base of Mount Ophir. It was quite a crazy drive-in. And we're going to explore the viability of using this as a day 1 and day 2 activity for the scouts, and probably venture